Hey guys, Venom here, and welcome back to Playset TCG. Today I'm going to be showing you my Spright Twins, or Spright Twins deck for this current format. There will be some cards in here that you could swap out for other cards. I'll give you some recommendations later on. I currently don't have those cards at the moment, but I will be showing you my main extra and side deck for this current format. Alright, so to start off, I'm playing the 3 Leela, 3 Kisakil, and the one of each of the extenders, just in case you open one of the other two. You gotta have them, but if you open up a Leela and a Kisakil, then you could just go Leela into Kisakil and then special this one, then you have more level 2s to play with, which is really fun. And now for the Spright cards, we have 3 blue, we have 2 jet, 1 red, 1 carrot. This is all you really need. You could play 1 more jet and 1 more red. Yeah, 1 more jet, 1 more red, so you can play 3-3 and 3-3-2-1, which is still really good because all the sprites are extenders in their own right. Blue is the best one. You can add the jet. The jet could add the starter, and starter can summon the red or the carrot, which is really good. I only play 1 carrot because spell and trap negate isn't as good as monster negates right now, so you could play 2 red, 3 jet, and 3 blue. I'm just not playing that because I'm currently playing with these, so you could drop those if you don't want to play those. You could drop the twins and you can play more jets and more reds, and it's really good. And then moving on to my third engine, I guess. I'm playing a small frog engine. You don't have to play the dupe frog. If you're not playing the totally awesome like I am, then you don't have to play the dupe frog. Dupe frog is just extra, in case you open up your swap frog, or you don't want to send us a second swap frog because you want another swap frog in deck for whatever reason. You can keep the dupe frog in as an extra foolish target. But I'm just playing because there's no reason not to play these. These are just really good level 2 extenders. They put level 2s on the board like mad, you know, in case they stop your life twins or any other play. If they remove any of your level 2s with Ogre or Regeki or really anything, and you can't summon your sprites because you don't have any level 2s, then you can always summon the frogs and get another level 2, so that way you can keep extending. So you don't have to play the toad. The toad is just extra in case you want to have like 2 Omni Negates off of like 1 card. And since I'm playing the life twins, I'm playing the 1 scythe. But moving on to the hand drops I'm playing for the format, I'm playing the 3 ash because there's not really that much chain blocking right now. At least I don't expect there to be. But in case there is, I'm playing 3 Veilers as well. And in my side deck, I am playing Nibs. So I'm gonna be running 3 ash, 3 Veiler. You could also cut the life twins and play more hand traps. Play a more hand trap heavy deck if you want to play more pure of Spright, which is still good. And moving on to the spell sets, all the monster hand traps that we're playing, we're going to play the 2 Sunny Snitch and the 1 Secret Password, because the password searches the Snitch, and then Snitch searches you any of your starters, which is really good. With this, we're playing 9 1-card starters. That gets you into a Scythe block, and I'll show you the 1-card Scythe block after the profile. We're playing 3 starters. Really good. If you open starter, you can still perform the Scythe block just off of this 1 card as well. So that's like 12 1-card Scythe blocks we have, which is also really good. And also we're playing the 1 smashers because this is your in archetype, your in deck, your main way of outing a Mystic Mine, which is really good. And we're playing 3 crossout because we're playing a lot of crossout targets, and this could technically be a crossout target, but this is our main crossout target because we don't want our opponent to break our board easily with a droplet. And for the last 2 cards we're playing Infinite Impermanence. This deck is currently at 41. My 41st card that I added in was the Spright Smashers. But if you're not playing the Toad, which I'm probably going to take it out, you can drop the Dupe Frog and bring this down to 40, which is not bad. It's just a really easy way for you to drop it down to 40. Just drop one card. I don't think you should drop the Spright Smashers, though. It's too good. Moving on to the extra deck, we're playing 2 Yugioh. We're playing 2 Leela, 2 Elf, 1 Masquerena, 1 Dagda for the Seth combo, 1 Unicorn. I know that if you go into Gigantic Spright, then you won't be able to make this, but you summon this on your opponent's turn anyway with IP. So there is a combo where you can leave IP and like a swap frog on board, or any of your other level 2s that you can go IP into Unicorn and spin a card, which is really good. And we're playing 2 Gigantic Spright, which is I feel like standard at this point. This card you could drop and swap it for Toad, but I'm playing Catchark because if I'm going second and I go into Catchark, I can double the attack of Gigantic Spright. And if I made Gigantic Spright off of a Spright Elf, then it's 32 because it doubles the attack, and then Catchark will double its attack again to 64. So it'll be really big, and if my opponent did lose any life points at all, I can just swing for game with it. And then we're playing the Sky Cavalry, Downward, and Zeus package here. In case I need to go into this, the Life Twins are in fact, just like this, is a 1-card Sky Cavalry. So I can go normal, get the Leela, go into Sky Cavalry, attack over something, and then go main 2 Downward Zeus, and then wipe the board twice off of 1 card. And then if I have anything else, like a Swap Frog Engrave or a Toad, or a Swap Frog and a Toad, or Ronin Toad, then I can just get another level 2 on board and then keep playing with my sprites. And moving on to the the side deck, we are playing 2 more Forbidden Droplets, just in case we need them. We're playing 3 DD Crow for the Tournament matchup. We're playing, drop them, 3 Anti-Spells, and that's basically just to insulate my combo a little more, so that way they can't drop with me, or can't Imperm, or not Imperm, Dark Ruler. This is another measure for those in case my opponent's playing a lot of board breaker, like a board breaker heavy cards, then I have them covered with these. The 1 Duster just for the Mystic Mine. Literally, it's just there for Mystic Mine. It's so I don't deck out to Mystic Mine. And we're playing 3D Barrier. Can be a crossout target if my opponent flips it and calls XEs. That way I can still go into my Gigantic Spright. Because this is like, you need this to get to your frogs if you don't open with them, which is kind of important. So this can act as a crossout, but it's mainly in here for the Tournament matchup, so that way I can flip it and call fusion, because I don't fuse anyway, so it's not that big a deal. And then the 3 Nibs. So I'm playing 3 Veiler, 2 Imperm, and 3 Nibs. So if my opponent's playing a combo deck, I can still guarantee Nib even if they're playing the Brave package. We're back with the combo, and this is basically just a kind of the main combo you want to go for, the like need to know combo. And this involves any Spright, Spright Blue or Spright Jet, or even Spright Starter, plus 1 of your Life Twins. You need 1 of your Life Twins, even though you can access the Life Twin off of Spright, Gigantic Spright. You need to open with one of these. That's why we're playing 9 essentially of these. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna start off by normal summoning your Leela, triggering Leela's effect, and you're going to summon from the deck your Yugioh Frost. And since you have these a level 2 on board, you're gonna go ahead and special summon your Spright Blue. Spright Blue's effect will trigger, adding you Spright Jet to your hand, and then you're gonna go special Spright Jet. When Jet's gonna activate and add you Spright Starter, and on your 5th summon, you're gonna activate Spright Starter and summon Spright Red from the deck. And you will take its attack as a damage thanks to Starter, but that doesn't matter right now. These two, the the two blue ones. You're gonna go into your gigantic Spright, and from Spright red you can't be nibbed from this point. And then you're gonna go gigantic Spright effect. You're gonna detach anything, and you're going to summon from the deck your Swap Frog. Swap Frog roll trigger, and then you're going to send your Ronin to the grave. After gigantic Spright, now the player can summon anything that's level, link, or rank to higher than rank 2. Level, link, or rank 2. Yeah, so only 2 and lower you can summon. So after gigantic Spright, you don't have to be afraid of nib. The only thing you're afraid of are other hand traps, but this deck can play through hand traps. The only thing it really can't play through is nib, which is why you go for the Spright red first, before anything else. Not before anything else, but as your 5th summon. So that way you can protect yourself from the nib. And then you're going to go with Swap Frog and gigantic Spright into your Spright Elf, right here. And then these two, you're going to link them off and go into your Dagda. And then you're going to go affect a Spright Elf. You're going to target your Swap Frog, chain the effect of Dagda, and you're going to set Dagda to your field. You can set it anywhere, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to summon back your Swap Frog, trigger Swap Frog. Swap Frog will send another Swap Frog from the deck to the grave. And then from here, you could do multiple things. You can go effective Ronin Totem, banish the Swap Frog in your grave to summon itself, and you can overlay these two for a Toad, or in my case, you can go in for a Cat Shark, which honestly isn't very good for turn 1. So you could just keep it where it is. And by where it is, I mean you can keep these two engraved. You don't have to use those right now. I just wanted to make sure we could trigger the Spright Elf, get the Scythe off the Dagda, and the Swap Frog is the best thing to summon because it's pretty much sets you up for more extenders, just in case you need them. You could also take these two and link them off for your key skill, which is also not bad. It leaves the Dagda on board, but you don't have to do that. One thing you can do, however, is keeping this Swap Frog on board. You can take the Dagda and the key skill Frost, link them off for the key skill, and then now that we have one zone open here, you can go Ronin Totem to summon itself by banishing Swap Frog. And with these two, you can link them both off for Masquerena. And now we have more zones open because key skill points here. Then you can go key skill effects. You can summon back the blue. And then with these two, you can link them off for your blue. And then blue will summon back the red, and then you will draw a card. It doesn't matter what the card is exactly. And then these two can link themselves off for the pink as well. And now what you have on your opponent's turn is you can go Kill, summon back your Leela effect to pop your Scythe. Scythe effect can come back to Scythe block your opponent. And Spright Elf can also summon you back any of your things. So you can summon back your red, you can summon back your jet, you can summon back blue, and you'll trigger their effects again on your opponent's turn. And then you can go IP, link it off with your whatever you summon back, or you could even go IP link with this. So say your opponent goes Imperm to target your Scythe because they're expecting your Scythe. You can chain IP and you can link it off on the same chain as the Scythe. Go into your unicorn. You don't have to use the effect if you don't want to spin anything, but you do draw a card during this whole combo, so you will have one card in hand. And you guarantee your scythe block. That is kind of the main combo you want to go for, and is probably the best way to use your frogs if you don't have Toad, which I currently don't have Toad. Yeah. So then you go Spright Elf, and then you summon back your red. And with this, if your opponent activates the monster effect, you can go red, tribute the Kill here to negate it, and then you can go Leela, summon back your Kill anywhere, and then draw a card. So you draw 2 cards. You draw 2 cards on off of Kill, 1 card in your turn, 1 card in your opponent's turn. You summon back your AE monster negate. You pop for a scythe block, and you have a potential unicorn spin off of 2 cards. It's just any of your life twins. The best one is obviously Leela, because Leela sends you sends to grave essentially the Frost, which also can draw you 1 more card. So you can draw 3 cards over the course of a 2-card combo. But this is like best case scenario, that which gives you the access to unicorn. The Leela herself is a 1-card combo. She can perform the entire scythe block herself, but the thing is, you don't get the IP and all this because you're using Gigantic Spright to go into your Spright Blue to get to your Spright, so that way you can set up the scythe block. But that you can do that all off of 1 card. If you have to, like say you open up Leela or Kill plus a handful of hand traps, so like her plus 4 hand traps, you can still scythe block your opponent with hand traps in hand. So you can still end with like 5 disruptions on board, technically, because you have them in hand as well. So yeah, 1-card combos, 2-card combos. The deck is really fun. If you played Toad, then obviously the combo becomes a lot better. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle up the deck, and I'm going to play out a random test stand for you, and we'll see what the deck can do. Now that you know generally what combo we're going for and what we're doing, because while we have Scythe in the format, we might as well use it, yeah? Like I said in my Appliancer deck profile on my channel, if it's in the format and you can use it, you might as well use it. Have our opponent cut there. Okay. We're going to draw 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. This isn't bad. We don't exactly have access to our entire core, but you can normal summon, go effective Swap Frog. Swap Frog will send your Ronin Toad into the grave. And then you can go Spright Carrot to summon itself. Overlay these 2 for Gigantic Spright. This does not play around Nib. Well, it kind of does, because once you have Gigantic Spright as your 3rd summon, activates effect, and you can no longer get nibbed. So it does play around Nib, but there are better ways of going about this. You can go Spright Blue here. Spright Blue's effect will trigger. It will add you Jet. Then you can go Jet, summon itself. Jet effect will trigger to add Spright Starter. And at this point, you don't have to use the Spright Starter. You can if you want to summon back red, or summon out red. But these 2 we're going to link off for Spright Elf. And then Spright Elf will trigger to summon out Swap Frog. Swap Frog effect will trigger here. And we will send another Swap Frog to the grave. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go effective Ronin Totem, banish Swap Frog to summon itself, and then we're going to link these two off. For Dagda. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go activate starter. We're going to summon out red. And then we're going to go effective not Dagda, Swap Frog, chain Dagda. And we are going to get to our Scythe here. This doesn't trigger Scythe because we didn't have our access to our Live Twin engine. This will bounce itself to the hand. But we have Monster Negate, and we can summon back more monsters here. It's not the best, admittedly, but we can essentially survive our opponent's turn. We could even set one of these, maybe both of them if you want. Like if your opponent's playing a Spright deck, you can go cross out their Spright Blue or Spright Jet, another Spright starter. You can cross out just about anything if it's a mirror match, which is really nice. Not opening up with the Life Twins is really unfortunate, but we will do one more. For the Dagda play, you don't have to go into Dagda there. You could have went into IP as well, and that would give you more another interruption with Unicorn. So that is the one thing to consider. You don't have to go into the Dagda play if you don't have access to a way of popping it. Then you don't have to go into the Dagda. So you can still interrupt your opponent. You just won't have the Scythe block on board. But if you open up with the Life Twins, then yeah, go ahead and go right into Dagda, because then you'll have a way of popping the Dagda on your opponent's turn. We're going to shuffle up right here, and we're going to do one more test stand. Everyone's going to cut the deck for us. And we'll draw our 5 cards here. Alright, once again, we did not get our Life Twins, but that should be fine. We can go starter into our Spright Blue. And then Spright Blue will trigger to add Spright Jet. Excuse me, sorry. Then Spright Jet will summon itself. Spright Jet will trigger to add any of your Spright spell traps. We already used starter, so what you can do in this case is you can go and add Spright Smashers to your hand. Right here. And then you can go ahead and summon red here. Overlay these two. For Gigantic Spright, go effective Gigantic Spright, detaching any of them. It doesn't really matter, none of them have really a greater effect, so we're going to summon Swap Frog. Swap Frog effect will trigger to send Ronin Totem to the grave. And then once again, these two can link themselves off. For the Spright Elf, Spright Elf will trigger, summoning back to Swap Frog. Swap Frog effect will trigger to send another Swap Frog to the grave. And then here, since we didn't open up a way of actually performing the Scythe lock, we can go Swap Frog, Ronin Totem by banishing a Swap Frog. And then these two can link off for the IP. And now that we have Ronin Totem plus another Swap Frog, we can go Ronin Totem effect again, banish the Swap Frog to summon the Ronin Totem. And now that we have Ronin Totem plus IP on our opponent's turn, we have a monster negate. We can summon back just about anything, and we can go IP and link into our unicorn to spin a card, and we have this many cards in our hand to spin, so we're fine. We also have a Spright Smashes we can set, a Droplet, and a Callby. You don't have to set the Droplet if you don't want to. It is an added interruption along with the Ash we have in our hand. The Callby, probably only really good against the Terraliment deck. That is probably going to be very relevant. Spright Smashers, again, it's just there for Mystic Mine, but you can use it for other things. And yeah, that's really all that I have for you. The deck is consistent. Is it the most competitive? I don't know. Is it the most top tier? Again, I don't know, but you have essentially 12 one-card starters that get you to essentially the same board. If you open up with the Life Twins, then you opened up with a Scythe Lock combo. If you don't open Life Twins, well, as you saw I did, which didn't happen during testing, then it's just the deck is really fun. I'm used to playing level 3s myself. I play Phantom Knights, but playing level 2s kind of fun. You can summon anything in your hand. Also, you can play, instead of the frogs, you can play Deep Sea Diva. And with Deep Sea Diva, you get access to a tuner. So instead of the Cat Shark, you can play Hulk. And Hulk can summon any of your any other level 2 that's a tuner, or any level 3, literally anything. You can even summon Valor, and Valor can, as a spellcaster, help you go into Selene, and then Selene can go into Access Code, so you can punch for 5300 with Access Code, just off of one Diva, which is really good as well. If you have Access Code plus a Gigantic Spright that was used to summon with Elf as material, then it's going to be 32 with your 5300 Access Code. That will be game with just those two. So that is one more thing to consider. You can play that. Me personally, I'm just going with just the I don't even know what to call it. I just wanted to play Spright with twins. So I haven't really seen anyone experiment with twins much lately. Everyone's just playing the Swap Frog and the Sprites and Nimbles, like the Nimble Beaver and the Nimble not Sunfish, the Nimble Engine. That way they can summon a bunch of level 2s. They foolish for the other one that summons the Beaver. But alright, that is all that I have for you today. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you want to check me out, I do a lot of different deck profiles on my own channel. We'll leave a link to it in the description below. We do stream on Twitch, however, at the Playset TCG on Twitch. I don't know why I said Twitch twice. Twitch.tv/theplaysettcg. We stream openings, live duels, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh content on there, as well as a lot more Yu-Gi-Oh content on this YouTube channel. We'll be uploading tournaments, and I will be personally uploading Goatee. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on Playset or if I'm going to be doing it on my own channel, but I do have a lot of ideas for the deck, and I'm going to be experimenting with it. As well as Spright. I'm going to be doing different builds of Spright. I'll probably even do a pure Spright build eventually on my channel, because pure Spright looks like fun. You can play 3 red, 3 jet, 3 blue, and 2 carrot. So like it looks like fun. You just got to play a bunch of hand traps to like carry the deck, if that makes sense, because you're not playing the toads and stuff. With that, Phantom out. Bye.